Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned. Today we're going to be covering the Illusory Tower limited time April floor 4 version. Wow, that was a mouthful. But guys, sorry for the little 3-day sabbatical that I had to take. It's been a busy few days, but we are back and ready to get locked into some JJK action. We are so very close to the half anniversary, and I do want to emphasize to you guys that we are going to be getting Domain Expansion Gojo in less than like 40 days now at this point, because the anniversary is about, or maybe it's still like a bit over 30 days away. Actually, it's exactly 31 days away now, or 32, because it's the 6th and it will start on the 7th the next month. So we're about 32 days away, and then I think Gojo drops like 8 days after that or something like that, whenever the anniversary starts. I could be incorrect. I'll go back over and check over the timeline just to be safe. But yes, we are so extremely close to Domain Expansion Gojo. We are so extremely close to Sukuna. So guys, please make sure that you are looking at these guides and figuring out how to beat these floors. And if you can't beat the floor off of my guide, then look up other reputable channels like channels like YJ Max, Lord Slug, Red Panda. Of course, those are some easy ones. Even for floor 5 I could not figure out on my own, so I found a nuke strat from Sasuke Games. Like, dude, I do not care to promote other creators as long as they're showing people how to play the game correctly, because that means the entire community gets to progress together, and that is always a nice feeling. But guys, today we're going to be getting into floor 4, and the gimmick for this boss is that the boss, I believe he cannot be nullified. Yes, so please do not, or no, he can't be debuffed. Please do not use debuffers in this fight. You are going to give yourself the biggest aneurysm. This boss cannot be debuffed. Even if the boss does get debuffed, the debuff will instantly go away. And it'll trick you because it looks like the boss can get debuffs, but it says debuff nullification. So that means that it gets the debuff and then disappears. I saw it watching Lord Slug stream, but literally, yeah, if the boss is immune to debuffs, then obviously the alternative is just to use a bunch of buffers and to make your team as strong as possible. Now, I am lucky enough to have hidden inventory Gojo, and my hidden inventory Gojo, actually I was lucky enough to get 2 dupes of them as well. So this strat may be a little unrelatable, but even still, like I said, if you are in a position to copy this team, then boom, you have an easy peasy strat. If you're not in a position to copy this team, then you're not there. But hey, like I said, there are plenty of free-to-play options for you to look up, and also it'll be taking your cursed energy away as well, I think. Yeah. Applies damage dealt decrease and applies cursed energy decrease to targets. That's exactly what it does. The 2 side mobs are literally going to get wiped away after the first hidden inventory Gojo ultimate. This is not the correct team. So here's the team here. It's literally just the same as the other four teams. Like, dude, Kaito, Yaga, and Inumaki, you're kind of unbeatable as a combo. We have Mahito in the back because Mahito is going to be my next best yellow DPSer, which I believe he is a lot tankier than Nobara. That is why I like to use him over Nobara in the back for this mission. But if you have Nobara, you can probably make her work as long as your Gojo is putting in enough work to get the enemy down low enough. And even if you don't have Gojo and you need to use Nobara, then you could probably just get a nail debuff on the 2 mobs and then pop an ultimate on the boss and then kill the boss, and then still probably go the same way that this team goes. It would just take you a little bit more time. But guys, I do already have the run recorded, just so there's no, it's a lot easier to get a good run when the RNG is there and I'm locked in. But when I'm not locked in, I make mistakes here and there, and it's a lot harder for the RNG to fall in my favor, if that makes sense. I am in the current process of pushing all my characters up to the highest level that they can be. So my Gojo is already 133. I'm starting with the DPSs, the ones that are typically in the front line. So that's why Mahito's still 125. Plus Mahito's skill bases off of the enemy's HP anyway. It would be nice to get him leveled up for the extra curse energy from his actual skills themselves, which honestly, now that I think about it, will make his instant kills a little bit stronger. But that's besides the point right now. But yeah, we have Gojo here. We have Inumaki here for obviously boosting my cursed energy gauge, or not my cursed energy gauge, boosting my ultimate gauge. Kaito's for boosting my cursed energy gauge. We can see perfect synchronization on Kaito. I already told y'all that is my day 1 combo. I love that shit. We have Unity from top to bottom to give everybody their ultimate a little bit faster. We have a healing page for Inumaki in case things get a little hairy. And then the last time I did this, I'm pretty sure Inumaki died, and then Mahito came in. And Mahito and Gojo were the last 2 in the run. So just so you know, even though this team is excellent for this, I was down to 2 characters out of 5 by the end of it. Then the skills, like I go over in every video, I actually did recently get Hidden Inventory Gojo's skills all to level 10. Right now I'm working on Hollow Purple Gojo. I think I just got his ultimate to level 10 and his skill 2 to level 9. So after Gojo, I don't know if I want to go down my list of characters, because like the same way that I go through grades and leveling characters is the same way I follow for skills, but every now and then I'll see a character kind of like Mahito where I'm like, all the skills are level 8, I might as well push that since I'm right there at the end of it, basically. But honestly, I need to start saving my chaotic Jujutsu crystals for Sukuna and Gojo, which is fine because the secret shop does allow you to bag up on quite a bit of those, and obviously double drops every weekend on the enhancement stages and on the domain investigation make it a lot easier, a lot more feasible to do that kind of stuff. You can see here the 2 main important skills, the damage reduction skill and the stun skill are both level 9. The ultimate is not really that leveled up because you don't usually want to use Inomaki's ultimate. I'm pretty sure that takes the most HP away from him when he uses it, and the damage that you get off of it is literally just like piss poor. Yaga's ultimate is level 7. I would like to get that to level 10 just so the debuff is a bit stronger, but this boss can't be debuffed, so it doesn't really matter for this fight. At that point, it just becomes more like extra damage, really, because sometimes Yaga can hit a little harder than I expect, but honestly, type disadvantage in the stage, so it's going to be like a little tiny bit. Then right here, Kaito's ultimate, level 7, Kaito's energy recovery, 9, and then the defense skill, I typically don't use because I tried to, and it's funny, the last time I said this in a video, I literally used the skill in the run. But I literally don't use the skill most of the time just because usually I just want to save my cursed energy. I think rather than giving one person defense, I usually have somebody else who can give the entire team defense. So I'd rather just give the entire team more cursed energy. But that's it for the skills, guys. We're gonna go ahead and just hop into the run and look at the recording and just break it down a bit here. All right, guys, here we are in this run. This was actually my first attempt. So floor 3 and floor 4, I beat on my first attempt. Floors 1 and 2 took me multiple tries. Actually, no. Floor 2, I believe, took me 1 attempt, but I didn't record it, so then I had to do it again, and my RNG was just way out of whack on all the prior runs, and then I finally got another good run on floor 2 again, and recorded that one. Then floors 3 and 4, I recorded, and they took me like 1 try, and then floor 5, like I said, I had to look up another video for a Gojo nuke strat, but the strat works like beautifully every time I use it. Obviously, my Gojo's worked on, not even to the same extent as their Gojo. I believe the only thing their Gojo has an edge on mine is that 1, all their skills are probably level 10, and then, but which my ultimate is level 10 now, which kind of helps the strat. But then 2, their Gojo probably has a Phantom Seal because my Gojo only goes up to 46k HP, and their Gojo was at 48k HP. So they probably have that Phantom Seal for just those extra 10 levels. But yeah, you can see here, like I usually just buff all the way from the start, and since I'm buffing from the start, like that just leaves Yaga and Inumaki in a good position. But this is a very basic run, you know, just there's no poison or anything like that. I think floor 3 was harder than this. Floor 3 was the hardest floor last time, which is funny, but I think floor 3 is harder than this just because of the poison that is there. Or am I thinking of floor 5? I gotta remember, but yeah, no, like the poison, whichever stage has the poison, man, that one really, oh, what the hell is that? That one really messes me up every time. But yeah, no, this stage was pretty straightforward. Don't debuff the enemy, just buff your team and just drop Gojos over and over and over again. One thing that makes Hidden Inventory Gojo so incredible as well is the fact that you have maybe not the full power of a Gojo ultimate, because Hidden Inventory Gojo is definitely weaker than Hollow Purple Gojo, and maybe, and honestly, even regular Gojo, the red Gojo, Akai Gojo, right? But Hidden Inventory Gojo, even still, can drop his ultimate and not be in a state where he has to wait to recharge his ultimate. And a lot of the really good ultimates in the game, you have to wait 4 turns to start refilling them. Like domain expansions, they need 4 turns of cooldown before you can start filling up your ultimate gauge again. Yutz's ultimate needs 4 turns of cooldown before you can start using it up again. Like I'm not gonna say I don't like that because it makes sense. Domain expansion is a very busted mechanic, and for you to spam it any faster than you can, considering that you can use things like domains in combo to like reset the gauge on the gauge lock on other characters' domains, like it does get a little crazy sometimes. So yeah, I think the 4 turns afterwards makes sense. Oh, the enemy stuns everybody the turn after, but low key. The enemy stuns everybody the turn after, but low-key, as long as everybody like survives, you're chill. That's why. Let me go back and run that back. Enemy stunned everybody. Oh, I think I provoked him with Gojo. No, he just did the decreased damage taken. Okay. And then I provoke him with Gojo. Cool. So that's another reason why hidden inventory Gojo is going to be really good in here, because you can do that provocation, which can save Inumaki in times like this, because I definitely wanted to use Inumaki a few more times to get Gojo's ultimate at least one more time before Mahito came out, just because this boss does still have a lot of HP left over. But Inumaki's probably dead right here. Yep, he's gone, and then Mahito comes out. But we can see that I got the ultimate one more time before Inumaki left, which is excellent. Now this part kind of sucks right here because, no it doesn't. The ultimate, I already figured out that, like, yes, as soon as Kaito does his ultimate, the curse technique goes up right there. So Gojo did get the buff from it. So I used to be of the mindset that maybe I should use Kaito's ultimate with somebody else. That's insane that we didn't get a break right there, actually. But it's okay, because this boss is really, really beefy. And we literally get the break, like, if not the turn after, the next turn after. And I believe it like worked out perfectly to where, like, we broke the enemy, and then maybe right before the enemy was unbroken, we go into Mahito's ultimate, or maybe not. Like I said, honestly, this is from a few days ago. This is from a few days ago I did this. Like, I've just been working nonstop, bro. I've been putting that work in, putting that grind in, getting some extra. I'm a bartender, I'm a server. So it's just like, that's the kind of place where, like, if you want more money, you can just go in and get more money, basically. You just got to tell somebody, like, hey, bro, I'm working for you tonight. And they're just like, all right, cool. So it's just like, I am picking up excess money for this anniversary. Like, I'm already prepared to start off the anniversary. No, on my luck, I'm already prepared. But, like, I would like to have excess just so I can be overly prepared. And as I think that rather than, I said this in my other video where I was talking about waiting for the half anniversary, guys. Would you rather be unprepared and get fucked horribly, shafted horribly, or would you rather be extremely overly prepared and get blessed way harder than you ever expected, and then just have so much extra resources sitting around because you were just patient and smart? Think about it. Think about it. It makes a lot of sense which position you want to be in, guys. Don't think too hard about it. Actually, you don't have to think that hard about it. Obviously, you don't want to get fucked. Okay. You can also see that even when the boss is in a broken state, still no debuff. That little thing right there is the debuff nullified. The little arrows and the down. That means that the debuff is going to get taken off, I guess, is what it's trying to signify. Or maybe that shield right there. No, the shield would probably be like damage reduction. But yeah, you can see here is literally just a very simple run from this point on. I start to just spam the Idle Transfiguration and Gojo's Cursed Energy skill and using Kaito's ultimate just to go ahead and start getting that damage out instead of waiting for another Gojo ultimate. But actually, I was really close to the Gojo ultimate anyway, and it really worked out because Kaito, his ultimate lasts for 2 turns. Oh, never mind, it doesn't work out because literally the boss stunned both of them for 2 turns, but that's okay because I had Gojo's page, which is in Anyway Let's Have a Cola. And oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't explain that I put Anyway Let's Have a Cola on Gojo instead of non-standard. But Anyway Let's Have a Cola it has a higher damage increase. And it's for yellow type units. Now the reason why a non-standard is probably equal, if not better in most cases, is because non-standard, I think, just gives you a straight up cursed energy boost, whereas this one gives you cursed energy and taijutsu because you're supposed to be using this on Nanami, I believe. But guys, that is it for the run. Pretty simple. Again, if you have hidden inventory Gojo, you can run off on that shit. And if you guys' hollow or hidden inventory Gojo is not as worked on as mine, then literally it's just gonna take you a few extra turns, or maybe not because I did only have 2 at the end, but to each their own. Hopefully this strat works for you, and if not, literally just look for other strats. The community for JJK Phantom Parade runs is bustling. The server is excellent. Like, dude, there is so much support for this game. You can find an answer somewhere, guys. This is just my answer. But I hope that you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, you can go down below and you can smack that like button. You can also subscribe and hit the notification bell. And you can comment down below and let the dead man know what you think. But that's going to be it for this video. Love you guys. Peace out.